What is up, bros and hoes? It's Ash MiDNiTE, and today I am back with another episode of Power Down. I got Amanda the Jedi to my left over there, wearing a flashy as hell Team Summertime hoodie.
Hell yeah.
Very nice looking.
It is.
Very cool.
Cozy.
You got that at MLG or CWL.
New Orleans.
Yeah. We were there. That's why we had no podcast last week, guys, because we were both traveling and then dying when we arrived home.
Yeah, mine was delayed. You guys started dying immediately, and I was like, I think I'm good. And then I woke up on Wednesday, and I was like,
I'm dead.
No, and it's just been like, I think it gets better, and then it gets worse in like a different way.
Yeah.
It's just not been a good time.
Well, I was already messed up when I got there.
You were.
Like, I came a day late because I was messed up. And then I got a different sickness while there. We went to, I think it was Bourbon Street. I think it was because it was pretty chilly. And we were going like in and out, in and out. There was one night where I had only a t-shirt on. Like, I was an idiot.
See, I wore a jacket the entire time.
But were you cold? You look cold.
Like sometimes, but not that cold.
It was cold out. Not Canadian, it was really cold.
No, but it was like, if I'd known it was going to be that cold, I probably would have brought I probably would have brought my winter jacket.
Oh, wow.
Like, would have, You
would have had a big puffy jacket.
No,
Swag.
not puffy, but a more insulated jacket.
Right. I didn't bring a single jacket.
That was not smart.
I brought flannels and hoodies.
That was not wise.
Fashion 2018, killing the game.
You drove. You had no excuse not to. I travel with carry-on, so I should have been the one who didn't have a jacket.
Exactly what I would have brought on a plane though, like a suitcase and a backpack.
That's fair.
I wasn't bringing too much stuff.
That's more than I bring.
Really? For 4 days, 5 days?
I had a backpack and my satchel that literally only had my iPad and my laptop in it, and then any snacks I would have on the plane.
Oh, word. Nah,
I have mastered the
yeah, you go to a lot more events than me. You're just a seasoned veteran.
I am, yeah. You make do and you figure out what works and what you need and what you don't need.
I went to the event with the full intention of making mad content. I was gonna vlog the whole weekend. Mm-hmm. We were gonna I had specific video ideas that I was gonna do with you and Rachel. And I was even thinking maybe we could fuck around and record a podcast while we were down there.
I thought we were going to do that too, but it was a weird weekend.
It was super weird.
Dallas.
It was like a vortex.
Dallas versus New Orleans. Yeah. So Dallas, I was so productive, even though literally the event got shut down at 3:00 in the afternoon on the Friday and got shut down for a couple of hours on the Sunday. And I got so much done. I'm still going through some of the footage I have to get it out properly. Whereas New Orleans, I was just
was it because we were drinking or what? I think it was because I didn't feel good when I got there. I did not feel good. I was not in the mood to make videos.
I was kind of getting a little bit sick, and I felt really run down and tired the whole time. I got in super late on Thursday because literally every single one of my flights had a problem.
You had a bad start to the event because you did not sleep.
Yeah, every single one of my flights got delayed, and one of them actually got canceled, and I got put on a different one for my very last flight, and I had 3 flights.
That's why I drive, bro. You should have just done the 25-hour drive.
No, it was 39 or something
what?
like that.
Oh, that's right. You're way the hell over there.
Let me Google this.
Dude, Amanda taught me geography and showed me where she lives. I thought she lived kind of by Toronto maybe. No, she is out in Bumblefuck,
I'm 16 hours from that. It's a 30-hour drive from my province to New Orleans.
Sounds easy. I love a good road trip.
No, not that's way too long.
That's too far. You have to stop. If you have to stop more than once, it's too long.
Yeah, exactly. So that day sucked, and then every time I tried to go to a restaurant because I hadn't eaten all day because none of the flights had food.
Yeah. Dude, that's illegal.
I know. I was not happy.
How come you couldn't a layover at the airport? You didn't have time to get food.
Okay. This is what happened was that none of the layovers should have been long enough to really get food. But the one in Toronto, I barely made that flight. Technically, I would have missed that flight. But when I got there, they're there's something wrong with the plane where when people flush the toilet, it's redirecting the liquid above the control panel or something. I don't know.
Amazing.
They're it's going to some kind of electronic area. So it should be 10 to 30 minutes. But they're so you can't leave this area and we're just going to do some stuff. So they wouldn't let you leave that area. But then they would just check in and be should just be another 10 minutes. Should just be another 10 minutes. Should just be another 10 minutes.
Meanwhile, so you're wilting.
Yeah, so you couldn't go anywhere to get food. I managed to get water at one of these little stands, and then I was like, it's fine, I'll just eat when I get on the plane. But the plane had no food, And then I got to Atlanta, and then that flight ended up being delayed, but there was like no food in that immediate area. I would have had to go back to the regular area, and I was like, I'm gonna miss this flight that I've already, like, I literally landed after the second flight that they had booked me, because the first one I would have missed it. So they, like, I don't know if you've ever had this happen, but you're booked for one flight and then they know that there's a really high chance that you're going to miss it.
Yeah.
They'll preemptively book you on the next available one. So if you can make the first one, you can still get on it. But if there's space on that next one, you're like, they gave you like a special thing that you just take up to the people, and they print you a new ticket with it type thing. Yeah. So I had that. And I literally, we were technically landing after that second flight would have left. But luckily that one got kind of delayed for a couple minutes. So I got in starving, go to try to find food, and the hotel place closed like 20 minutes before, and they're like, but the World of Beer next door is great and they have food. So I brought my stuff upstairs, chilled for a second just to sit, go over to World of Beer. I'm sorry, our kitchen closed 5 minutes ago.
What was that, like 10 at night or later?
No, it was like 11 by now.
Damn.
Yeah, like stuff like that. I would not expect a place called World of Beer to close at 11, but I guess for the food.
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah, because they got clean up.
I don't know.
And shit.
Yeah, but whatever.
Whatever. You must have been pissed when they told you that. You were like,
I was.
whatever.
So then,
fuck you
so
guys.
I was like, wander back. I'm like, I'm just going to go to sleep. And then I was like, oh, they probably have one of those like little lobby things. And then I'm like about to grab a bag of chips. And I just see like this little like cup of mac and cheese.
Easy
and
mac.
I was like, let's get some Kraft mac and cheese up in this. And that was and then I don't know, every day after that, I was just tired.
Like dude, I was too, because I was not feeling good when I left. And then the first night we went out, I didn't even stay out that late. I like left before you guys.
You did. You left at like,
because I was not feeling
like 12:30 or something.
Yeah, I wasn't.
I almost went with you, and then I was like, I'm not feeling great, but I'm gonna stay out and
live it up, YOLO.
Live it up.
Yeah, not me. I was like, I'm tired. I want to.
I'm tired.
I'm so weird like that. I'll be like, I don't want to be here. I want to go to bed.
Yeah, and then we left it around like
I talked like
3:15 or something.
Oh fuck yeah! See, and
that was like, because I was still fine because I was just having good conversation. I hadn't drank that much because for whatever reason, the first drink kind of like hit me
you
bad.
didn't like that. You like had.
I
a
liked
drink.
it. The taste was.
No, you had a drink and you were like, I don't feel good or whatever.
Yeah, it was really good tasting, but I don't know if it was just too much sugar because it was like one of those blended hurricane.
I didn't like it
drinks
that much.
slushy. I enjoyed it, but I was like, this is kind of making me feel a little bit ill. So I just like paced myself after that, and then I wouldn't have actually got a drink. I wouldn't have actually got a drink except like Sam, like Hitch's girlfriend Sam, was like, I'm gonna get you a hand grenade, and I was like, oh no, I'm fine. And then she turns around with this like massive thing, and she's like,
here you go.
Here you go.
Damn, you were RIP.
And I was like, and I paced myself with it. I had a great time, and then Rachel was like, whenever you're ready to go.
Yo, if Rachel says that to you,
and I'm like, that means Rachel wants to leave.
Go.
Yeah,
it's time to leave.
Yeah, Rachel is fine, and then she just does this thing where she's like, oh man, there's a shot person and people are buying shots, so I have to buy people shots.
I don't mess
and she
with
specifically
that,
said before we went out, don't let me buy people shots, Amanda. And I was like, okay. And then she starts doing it, and I'm like, Rachel, you said don't let you buy people don't let you
just
buy
get
shots.
caught in the moment, bro.
She did, and she specifically said, don't worry, it's fine, I know what I'm doing. And I'm like, so you're not gonna get mad at me tomorrow? And she's like, no, she didn't. So it's all okay.
Legend, man. Bourbon Street was an interesting place, though. I mean, the first night, I actually should have had like you or somebody get me to my Uber because I had to walk kind of far. And I saw some weird, crazy shit on Bourbon Street at that time.
I just feel like you had bad luck.
I do have bad luck in general.
Like somebody tried to get in your cab.
Yeah, that was on Sunday, but Friday night,
that was
like,
on Sunday.
There was mad drunk people. Like, I don't know, Bourbon Street is not like a good place.
Run down Bourbon Street. It is literally for tourists and people try to exploit tourists.
Exactly.
That's literally what it exists for.
It feels like it's in another dimension, bro. Like when you go there, you feel like you're not even like in a normal place.
It's dirty Las Vegas.
And mini dirty Las Vegas.
It's a miniature dirty. It's Las Vegas really dirty in one strip.
Exactly. And I mean this in the nicest way, but I really didn't like New Orleans, and I know I experienced it incorrectly. We didn't go to the French Quarter. which I really wanted to
Yeah.
go. We just didn't get to do
Same.
that. Didn't have time. We were tired or whatever. We didn't. There was some other place I wanted to look, and all the locals that we talked to was like, "Don't go to Bourbon Street, bro. Go here, 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 or here." They literally
go
give
to
us
Frenchman
like
Street. Go to Frenchman
Exactly.
Street. And I'm like, I'm fine going to these places, but like if there's people I want to hang out with
no, yeah,
and they don't
yeah.
want to go
I
there.
was gonna say that. Like, I wanted to go to Frenchman Street, but then like we wouldn't have seen any of the people that were at the event that we want to see, and
Yeah,
everyone wanted to go
exactly.
to Bourbon Street. So I get it, but I'm just saying. My first impression of New Orleans, don't like it. My impression when I was
Yeah.
there, don't like it. My impression when I was leaving, I'm leaving because I don't like this. I don't like
Yeah.
it. I didn't like it at all.
Yeah,
But
like,
I
thought
also
it-
didn't experience it correctly, so I would give it another shot.
it's one of the least favorite places I've been.
And you've been
In
to like a
terms of
lot
other
of
places-
major American cities.
Yeah,
So have
I have. I see. Like it's weird. Like Texas, I like more than I thought I would.
Same, and I live here. Like I didn't think I would
There you
like
go.
Texas at all, and I love it.
Yeah, same. And but yeah, I just feel like we didn't experience that city the way that it was supposed to be
True.
experienced.
True.
But it's a lot of culture, a lot of really unique foods. I think that's another thing. You don't
Yeah,
like
I
any
don't-
kind of
I don't
seafood,
fuck
and
with
that makes it
seafood.
hard. And it makes it really hard to fucks with New Orleans like actual cuisine. So
Yeah.
it's kind of tough.
Yeah.
But I'd go again, but like it wasn't. It's not like a California event or just I don't know. It was one of the like weirder ones, and I think I was just so tired the entire time.
Yeah,
Which
we
makes it
were.
really
It was
rough.
like a vortex. Like, cause like I said, I didn't
Yeah.
get productivity wise. I didn't get much done. I mean, I got to see like a lot of friends and whatever, network a little bit, talk to some people.
Yeah.
It's great, but like, yeah, I
Yeah.
really didn't get any content out of it like I wanted.
Yeah, I got to do some stuff for Optic, which is cool. But
Yeah, let's talk about that. Yo, Amanda the Jedi did some camera work for Vision.
yeah. I contributed to season 4, episode 11 of Vision,
Which,
entitled "The Clash."
By the way, yeah, is one of the best episodes of Vision since like
It is.
Crossroads.
Crossroads. Yeah, it's one of the feelsy ones, and we got the Matthew Piper interview.
Yeah, that formal interview at the end was like, damn.
Oh yeah, so
Damn.
good. Love it.
Crazy, dude. I mean, I don't know.
so that was
I still
exciting.
had a good time. I had a great time. No regrets, but
No regrets.
I wish
no
I would have
regrets.
utilized my time, but I wish I would have felt better. I think I was just really tired. And like, I don't know, I'm weird. Tell me if you're the same way. But like, as far as like, especially vlogging, like I have to be in a certain mood to do it. Like I really have to be like creatively thinking that way. I have to want to like put a camera in my face and put a camera in other people's faces. And I just have a hard time doing that if I'm not in a good mood to do it. And I wasn't in a good mood. So
I think I'm just to the point where I can kind of do it now.
like it's
But,
routine almost.
Not like it's not like it's a routine, and I wouldn't be fake. But like if I was in a bad mood, I would just kind of be in a bad mood on the vlog. You know, it's like
Dude, your vlogs were lit though. It made me so mad
yeah.
that I didn't record. Cause like actually we had some fire conversations. I could have at least recorded
did.
part of them.
yeah, we had some fire. I had to edit out so much
I
crap.
know.
Because like everything would be fine, and then one of you would say something,
Like,
and then it would be the most
terrible.
outlandish. Yeah, and then you'd be like, "Don't put that in the
Nah, I
vlog."
usually just say cut. I just don't put that.
Cut.
But you put in
Cut.
2 of my cuts. I was like, hello?
I
Where's
thought
your
that was a joke.
cut,
Okay, I put in one. It was the TK one. I thought it was a joke.
It was a joke. But like
Yeah,
cut.
that one's fine. You see, you were the
Cut.
TK all day. Can we cut that? And I
Cut.
was like, no,
Don't
no,
put
we
that.
can't.
Cut.
No, we can't
I
cut
had a
that.
good time though.
Oh heck yeah!
I don't think I'm gonna go to another event for a while though. Personally,
Really?
yeah, I really want to buckle down and like get on my grind, get into my content swing, keep streaming a
I feel
lot,
that.
catch up. I feel like this last couple months has been terrible for my content, just because I've been so busy. I mean, this big move was huge, and I had a lot of life
Yeah.
changes, so it's been crazy. But now I feel like I'm gonna get in a little groove with my content and my streams.
That's good. January has been bad for me.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, like I don't know what it is, but like I was doing so good in December, and then like January hit, and I was just like,
new year, new me.
I've
I
been like
suck.
tired, kind of sick, kind of.
Well, you had
just,
to
like,
travel, and then you were
Yeah.
sick, and yada yada.
Mhm. I need to be like working at 100%, otherwise everything goes out the window. It's just how it goes.
Right. Same, actually.
So, well, there you go.
You know what's crazy?
Trying.
Sick
What's
transition. This is going to be our off the bat topic, but we already 15 minutes deep. And there's not really much to say about it. But I just think it's fucking nuts, dude. That family of like, is it 12 kids? 13 kids?
I think.
And some of them are like as old as me.
29.
Yeah, I'm not 29 now.
Older than you.
Older than me. Way older than me.
Yeah,
way older than me.
So much older. And like that kid is effed.
Yeah.
That adult who is literally like
your life is ruined.
mentally not. They literally said that they're like cerebrally impaired because of like the abuse and stuff that they sustained. I was reading like when the Reddit thread came out on it, some people were like, I live in this area, and like years ago I saw this family with a bunch of kids, and they would all just walk in single file line, and it looks exactly like those parents.
I seen that on Reddit. They were like, I saw this like family at Walmart. I thought it was weird, but like didn't say anything, because what are you supposed to say about that?
Exactly. Like, what
I thought it was weird. I saw one comment like, I live in this area, and like it's just a total normal neighborhood. And I think it's like, did you read like the family or the parents? They were like pretty much nocturnal. Like they would sleep all day during the day, and then they would like live at night. Yeah,
like that's looking at them, that's not surprising.
Super fucking creepy, dude. Like, and
hey, look, you're now insulting like half your viewer base.
No, what I mean is like they have this big family, and like they're operating only at night, and they're like a religious private school. Technically, he got licensed for that. The dad?
Yeah, I guess that's like real. If you're in California, if you homeschool your one child, you're considered a school. So like, while that seemed weird, apparently that in itself, like you are considered a school if you're homeschooling one child.
But you would think that in order to get that certification, there would have to be some sort of like, hey, let's go to this house and make sure it's good for schooling stuff.
You'd think, but there's not enough money, I guess.
Super weird, and I feel so bad for the kids, and like you said, especially the older ones that have just I'm assuming dealt with that for like decades.
Oh yeah, and they're done. Like there's like a 2-year-old, and I think the 2-year-old is the only one who's gonna have a chance at.
Do you see the pictures of them too? Like they're all wearing the same outfit and shit, and like it's super
just
weird.
Sad.
It's almost like a cult. Like, and I don't know how true this is, but like they were religious, maybe not like, that doesn't mean to say like all religious people are freaking gonna do that to their family. Like 99.99% of people are normal families, but like it's just weird how some people will like attach to that like religious cult mentality and then like inflict that on their family like that. Like that shit is insane.
I don't get it. Yeah, no, it's. People are like, there's a lot of like really bad parents out there. Like obviously that's next level, but like there's people that or went to school with who probably had parents that were like really crazy in certain ways, and they just never really talked about it.
Dude, I knew like kids in school where I knew their parents like super sucked, and I felt super bad for them, because it's like, as a kid, like you really are stuck. You can't do anything really when your parents total like asshole. Like you can't get out of that. And it's sad. And a lot of kids don't talk about it either. And I wish they would. I wish they would like find someone at school or like a trusted adult and be like, hey. But even then, like the kid might not even know it's not normal.
Yeah, usually they don't know until they start going to other people's houses. And a lot of the times, if your parents are that controlling in that way, they're not going to let you go to other people's houses.
Yeah, like those kids that were shackled in that house or whatever, like they had really weird punishments. And like if you're raised that way, you probably just like think that's normal. It's sad.
Yeah, for the most part.
It's so sad.
Yeah, there was another story that didn't get as much traction, but these like 2 women like hired a babysitter, and they were friends, and they were like, okay, there's 2 or 3 kids upstairs. They're already in bed, so you can just check on them. But then there's like 2 kids downstairs or 3 kids downstairs. Like they're totally fine. Like don't go in the basement. Like they're really sick. So just like leave them. And then they usually they had a regular babysitter that was fine, but she wasn't available, so they hired a different one. So like obviously after like 20 minutes, this girl like is like, I'm gonna go check on these other kids that are allegedly down here, and like notices that they're like shackled behind a thing and like locked down, and call the police and stuff. And like I guess they had been.
This was recent, or
yeah, it's like super recent. Like within like right before that case with the 13 went out, it just didn't hit as high profile.
Man,
yeah, and it's like they were just out partying or something. So there's like no explanation as to why those ones were like.
I couldn't even imagine doing that to an animal, let alone like a human fucking being, bro. Especially like your own child.
I know.
Hello?
I don't get it.
Like mental illness? Are you there?
I don't get it.
That's insane. What do you think that's what it is? Do you think these parents are just so mentally ill that they're like, this is normal, let's do this? Because not only is it one of them crazy fucks, but 2 of them, and they got married and ruined these people's lives.
Well, that's what I mean. The crazy fucks find each other.
Dude, they do. Like, you gravitate to what you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
I don't get it. Do you think that's what it is? Do you think it's like they're just mentally ill people?
I
Like
don't
maybe they
try
were
to put-
shackled when they were kids.
No, I don't like putting. It's like I feel like there's a degree of it being mental illness, and then a degree of it you just being like a really messed up person. Like some
Right.
people have mental illnesses that can be like
Oh no, yeah.
fixed, and then some people have mental illnesses of like you're a psychopath.
No, yeah, that's why, like, I don't know, maybe I shouldn't have phrased it in that way because mental illness, like, can be so many different things, right?
Yeah.
And, like, someone being, like, a fucking sociopath is not necessarily the same as someone who, like, struggles with depression or
Yeah, exactly.
bipolar disorder or whatever thing you want to compare it to.
Yeah.
Some of it, that's just really not comparable. But these people, like, you're on another level, bro.
That's what I mean. Like that's some. I have no. I try not to think about it too much. You know.
Yeah, it's
Like-
kind of like, I don't know.
Sometimes sometimes it's not important to look into the reasons why people do things, but it's just the fact that it happened and then you just deal with it. Like the more
Yeah.
you try to like explain some of the stuff away, I feel like it just takes away from the fact that like, oh, they did that. So
Right. And they're fucked for the rest of their life, pretty much.
yeah, I really do hope they just get locked away forever.
Shackled to their bed.
Shackled to their beds. in a
Suck
prison
it.
cell. Yeah. But the thing is that they'll never think they did anything wrong. And if it was like seriously or religiously motivated, they're just going to like spend their time in prison being like, I'm going to be vilified. And whether or not they are, and whether or not like, you know, anything good happens to them after they die, depending on what your beliefs are, like if they can manage to last the rest of their lives thinking that like this is just some kind of punishment until... I'm really hoping that they're really narcissistic people and then them being locked up is going to like drive them insane. Is what I'm hoping, basically.
Yeah, it's hard to
Because some people
tell.
are so snapped that they're like, this is just the challenge and
Right,
tribulation.
this is just the
I was
part
doing the
of
Lord's
plan.
work.
It's all
Yeah.
part of the plan, man. It had nothing to do
Yeah.
with my actions.
Yeah, exactly. So like, I'm not.
People got to
down
take
clown with
responsibility
that,
for their shit, dude.
but they do.
That's what I think.
Mm-hmm.
I
It's
don't.
messed up and it's sad.
I know. I didn't like it at all. Like it made me uncomfortable.
Yeah, I know, because like some of those adults literally will never be able to live a normal life, and like what's going to happen to them? What are they going to do with them? Are they just going to put them in a facility for the rest of their lives, or are they going to like
Yeah.
like the older ones are going to need like massive amounts of therapy, and that might not even make it so that I don't think they'll ever be able to function in the real world.
Maybe they could because I mean, really, 29 is not that old. I mean, yeah, that's like a very long time of becoming like cemented in like
by
your
that point your
personality. Yeah.
brain is done developing. Like,
Well, yeah, but like, don't you think that there's some type of like cognitive therapy that they could like, you know, really go through and come out at least a little bit better than when they entered? Like, there's got to be something to
they'll
like help
probably
them.
be better.
Yeah.
They'll probably be better than when they were in there.
But they're
I
not
don't
going to be
think
like
that they'll-
full functioning.
That's what I mean. I don't think they'll ever, like the older ones will, especially like I said, the 29-year-old. I don't know if the 29-year-old will ever be able to have like any semblance of a regular life. I could be wrong. I'd like to be wrong, obviously. Obviously, like the 17-year-old being able to escape and call the police was a good sign.
Yeah,
You know?
that was. I didn't actually read that much about how she escaped, but
She
that's
literally,
lit.
I don't know how, but she escaped out a window, called the police. But like the other thing is that she was so malnourished that they thought she was 10.
Yeah, they all
when
look
they got
really
to her.
small. I saw the
Yeah.
picture of them. I'm like, they all look very young.
That's what I mean. You know, they don't feed them enough and they don't grow.
Pissing me off.
Messed up. Messed up.
Have you seen on Netflix the show End of the Fucking World?
I have, yeah.
Did you like it?
I did.
I still got 2 episodes to go, no spoils, but
No spoils.
I like
No,
a
it's pretty
good,
good.
I like a good random show like that.
It's based off of a book, and there was already a movie out on it, and the girl is the same girl, but it's a different guy. as
Yeah,
the
I was
guy
gonna
for the
actually
show.
note that guy's from a Black Mirror episode. I recognize him.
He is from a Black Mirror
The-
episode.
one of
and
the
I was
weirdest
like,
Black
why is
Mirror
this- I was like,
episodes.
why is this kid so worried about that? And then you're like, oh, that's why the kid's so worried about that.
Yeah, dude, you gotta watch Black Mirror, bro. Well, not you, but wait, did
But
you
people-
did you see it? Yeah, you did.
That episode. I saw big. I'm not done the 4th season yet. There's stuff that I really like and stuff that I'm kind of like, I could have gone my entire life never seeing this.
Right.
You know?
There's some episodes of Black Mirror where I'm like, it's kind of far fetched or weird. But then there's others where I'm like, holy shit, you just bended my mind.
Yeah, it's like there's like a couple different like horror series that work the same way. It was like the ABCs of Death, and then VHS. It's more like VHS where it's like
Yeah, I have
those
heard
were
of
like
VHS, but I never watched it.
They're not, in my opinion, it's not worth watching.
Oh, okay.
It's like that, but it's like more production value. Like Black Mirror is like that, but with more production value and a little
Right.
bit more focus on the story over just being like
Do you
gory
have
and
a
horror-y.
favorite episode that's not San Junipero? So it's like everyone's favorite.
I kind of really liked the one like the White Christmas, I think it's called.
Yeah, that's my favorite one. That's not San Junipero as well.
Yeah. I also really liked the USS Callisto.
That one
whatever,
was really good.
The first episode of the new season. Yeah.
That one was really well
was good.
done. And
Yeah.
that girl that's in there is amazing.
She's the girl. She's the mom from How I Met Your Mother.
Never.
I know you don't like that show, right?
Don't
Right.
like
Either way, there's a spoiler. That's the mom.
I mean, oh.
No, you don't actually know it's the. Once you see her on the show, you know it's the mom. It's
Oh,
just
okay, I was
you're
gonna
waiting to figure out
say.
how he meets her.
Oh, shit. That's the mom.
Yeah.
Now I have to watch the show. Just kidding. I
Here
won't.
you
I
go.
won't.
It's good though. I don't know why you don't like it.
I have a hard time with laugh track shows.
Oh, okay, fair.
Really hard
That's kind
time.
of what I figured.
I don't like being told when to laugh. I want you to make me laugh.
Fair.
I don't like. I mean, the only laugh track show I get down with, Home Improvement. Okay, grew up watching that.
Yeah, no, that's a solid
And
choice.
Friends.
Solid.
Grew up watching
Friends.
that. Don't mind the laugh tracks.
See,
there.
that's my thing. If you like Friends, you'd like How I Met Your
Nope.
Mother.
I've watched it.
All right.
I watched like mad episodes one time.
Okay. Fine.
Mhm,
Fine.
mhm.
I think it's better than Friends. Crucify me. The chat's gonna crucify me. I think How I Met Your Mother is better than Friends. Ross is the worst character in the world.
Bro, I love when
Ross
you get
is-
fired up about Ross. Hold on, explain this, because you've gotten fired up about this on the podcast multiple times. But why
Have
is
I?
Ross the worst character on Friends?
Ross is literally like the embodiment of like self-entitlement. Ross thinks that his life is terrible, but like he's literally the golden child. He can do no wrong in his parents' eyes. He like literally wants all this sympathy just because his wife ended up being gay. It's like, yeah, that sucks, but you can go find someone else to love. Like literally, he's
It's
constantly
not that easy,
whining.
Amanda.
He's constantly whining. He gets Jennifer
He
Aniston.
is whiny.
He's whiny. He's really obsessed. He has a huge issue with that Manny, who is like an amazing nanny, just because he's all like, oh, that's a man doing a woman's job. Like, have you seen yourself in the mirror, Ross? Have you seen
He
yourself,
puts
Ross?
a wig on and he's a hot ass chick, dude.
Look, Ross is like a whiny bitch. He's like, I'm not even one of those people who's all like toxic masculinity is destroying the world, but like Ross is a terrible character on so many levels. Like everybody else has redeeming qualities. Even Phoebe, who says some of the weirdest, terrible things, is not a terrible person. I think Ross is.
Definitely,
think Ross is a terrible person.
Rachel, Jennifer Aniston deserved better.
She did.
She deserved
They
better.
should not have ended up together because he's not a good person. He's terrible. And he's like, oh my God. Oh, and he's the reason why the friend zone is a thing. He's the reason why all these stupid little kids on the internet are like, oh my God, I got put in the friend zone. Man up, bitch. People don't owe you a date.
I fucking love you, Amanda the Jedi. You just said everything I was thinking. I agree. I mean, we kind of talked about this on the last episode, but the friend zone is legit not a thing.
Yeah, I do like Friends. Like, that sounds like I don't like the show Friends,
It's a
but
great show.
I do like Friends. It's a good show. Like, obviously, some of the jokes haven't aged well over the years, but you got to remember that stuff that was funny in the 90s
Dude, the
just
90s
isn't
were
funny
lit.
anymore.
Okay.
Yeah, the 90s are great. I love the 90s. But yeah, some of the jokes haven't aged as well. And
Right.
Ross is a terrible character. Like, if someone says their favorite character on Friends is Ross, and it's like not in a way that's all like, I like seeing how whiny he is because he's terrible, it's like you should run away from that person. If they're like, I sympathize with Ross, run away, because that is going to be the whiniest person that you ever have to deal with in your entire life.
Everybody comment that Ross is the greatest Friends character of all time. Or tweet it at Amanda the Jedi at random intervals of time.
No, please don't.
Triggered, dude.
Triggered.
I don't know, man. I think that the friend zone's not a thing.
It's not.
It's not.
It's not a thing. It's not a thing.
I mean, it is.
yeah.
If you like, if you express interest in somebody and they don't feel the same way and they would rather be friends,
Then it feels like you're in the friend zone, but it's not really being in the friend zone. It's just that person. See, the friend zone in my mind implies that somebody thought that they were owed the date, and then the person's just like put you in the friend
Yeah,
zone.
no,
I think you
to-
can be on the hook. On the hook is a thing.
To-
Somebody who's like making you think that they're into you, but then they're not actually. But then they just do enough to keep you in their sphere so that they don't actually have to commit to you.
yeah, that's
But
fucked up.
you don't ever go away because there's a lot of people like that.
run out of that.
You
shit.
know? Yeah, on the hook, on the string, but like the friend zone is not
like if a girl says she'd rather be friends and you're still interested in her, to me the friend zone is when the guy or the other person, the girl, whoever, the guy and guy, the whatever sexual preferences, like if they're still like pining after that person, that is not cool, not good.
No. And that, well, I feel like it's more that they're just like, oh, you know, I like this person so much, but they put me in the friend zone. It's like they did not put you in the friend zone. They just see you as a friend. Like, there's differences. There's probably people that would want to date you that you don't want to date.
Exactly.
But you're fine with them as a person. So did you put them in the friend zone, or do you just not interested in dating them? Like,
I think it's okay for people to not like you back, man. That's why, like, the more these, like, when you say, like, little boys or girls who are like, I'm in the friend zone, like, you're going to, as you grow up and grow as a person, you'll realize that, you know, it doesn't always have to be like that, or you don't always have to feel like you got slighted because they didn't want to go on a date with you.
Unfortunately, just because you do a lot of nice things for somebody doesn't mean they're entitled to give you a date. And I hate it when people think I invest all this time and effort into them. It's like, but like,
girls are not vending machines, dude. You don't just like
same
put
thing with
money
guys,
in and
like,
then get something back.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you chose to invest time in them, and if they're interested in that and they want to be with you, they'll like reciprocate. And like, if they're not interested in it, and investing more time in them is probably not going to change anything. So like, you can't walk away from them being like, no, I'm not interested in dating with you, and then you keep trying. Then they start dating someone else, and then you're like, I can't believe they would date that person when I've done all of this for them.
So
it's like,
nice.
you
I can't believe they picked the other person. Yeah, you can't. It's not
9 times out of 10, if you say you're a nice guy or you're a nice person, you're not.
Well, I say that I am a nice person.
Oh yeah, me too. But like, if you're like one of these, like, I don't understand why they want to date me. I'm such a nice person.
I totally get what you're saying.
Being nice does not mean somebody has to want to date you. Like, there's like more qualities to dating somebody than niceness.
To wrap this a little bit into the other episode where we talk about this, like being together after being friends. What's the difference between two friends getting together after a while and the friend zone? What's the difference in that?
I think two friends getting together after a while, there's like mix. Sometimes it's like neither party thought that they would date. Like, I've had friends like that they're like, we never thought we would date, and then like things just happen and here we are. Or one person was like, I was totally okay being their friend even though I totally would have been into dating them, and then it was like a while later that the other person was like, yeah, sure, you know, I'm single now, like, let's see what could happen. You know, you see it on sitcoms. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't work out. Whereas like the friend zone, I think that it's the idea that somebody gets into a situation where they specifically want to date that other person. They specifically want to date that other person.
And they're like
the
chasing them or trying to get them to like them back. That's unhealthy,
and the other person's like, no, I'm not interested in you that way. And then they start, and usually people who talk about the friend zone are also the people who talk about how much time they've invested in somebody and how much effort they put into something and why doesn't this person want to give me a chance, blah, blah, blah. Like, nobody's owed anything. And that's guys and girls. Nobody's owed anything, you know?
Yeah, fuck Ross.
Like, maybe if you're in an actual relationship with somebody and they're just like being really terrible to you, they owe you better treatment. But I'm just saying that just because you're nice to somebody doesn't mean they owe you a date. And if that's your mindset and you're gonna be like really rude about it after, you're not actually a nice person. You're just being nice because you wanted to date / sleep with them.
Yeah, I was just gonna say,
that's not a nice person.
If you're just a genuinely nice person, sorry, my cat is messing up my mic. You gotta get down.
That's okay.
If you're a genuinely nice person and you just do things for the goodness of doing it, like, you'll have a better experience in general.
Yeah, exactly.
If you go into things with low expectations, you can never be disappointed. That's my life motto.
No, it's true. And so, like, I just think that people should make an effort to be nicer to people in general.
Oh, word, bro.
And it's, obviously, if you're into somebody, you're gonna be nicer to them, and you're gonna be like, you're gonna make more efforts to maybe like check on them and see how their day is going and like make sure they're doing okay. Like, obviously that kind of stuff is normal. But if you're only being nice to someone so you can get like brownie points or like to get something out of them, then like that doesn't make you an actual nice person. That just means you're actually being nice for your own selfish benefit.
Yeah, you're not a nice guy or girl or person.
Or girl, you're not a nice person. So I get that it's like a confusing topic, and like
it is, because like how I just asked it, like that is actually kind of confusing. But
yeah, well, because I don't think it's like the friend zone. Like, people in the friend zone basically make it seem like, oh, I was totally gonna date them, and then they put me in the friend zone. And it's like, but like, was there ever like, what, even if you went on a date with somebody, they don't owe you a relationship out of that.
Yeah, exactly. Should we loop this into the advice questions yet, or do you want to do another topic before we get into that?
I think we could probably loop into advice,
because like, it kind of sounds similar to one of the questions you just told me that you had. By the way, we
Which
asked
one?
before the podcast. We were like, "Yo, hit us up for advice questions." Or did you say specifically relationship advice or just advice?
I said relationship because last time people just asked us a lot of stuff about streaming, and I feel like we talked about that a lot.
True, we did. We did. We help y'all with your streams.
Like, obviously, we can do stuff too. We can ask stuff about that too. Like, we've got. Actually, we do have an advice question from last week about content stuff that we can talk about too, but let's get some of the relationship stuff here.
Yes.
Yeah, one of the ones from last week that we didn't get a chance to get to was, all right, how do I get a girl to notice me? Like, what can I do? Because I'm a very shy person, so it's very tough.
Climb things.
Stop. Yeah, that one can obviously be tough if you're shy, but if there's a girl that you're interested in, I would just say try to make some basic conversation. I know when I was younger, it was kind of maybe, well, I guess Facebook Messenger exists. So if you have her on Facebook, you can always just be like, hey, how you doing? But if she never answers, don't keep going.
Yeah.
Usually if she doesn't answer,
know how
that
many
means
screenshots I've seen of like someone
people,
not
hey,
replying.
Hey,
what's up?
Hey, what's up? How you doing? How are you?
I mean, listen,
HRU.
I'm the type of person where I really do need hints hand delivered to me for me to understand, but
Yeah,
I can
but,
get
like,
that hint pretty quick.
Yeah,
So I wanna
exactly.
talk to
So
you.
like,
It's okay.
yeah, exactly. So like, just, maybe ask them something about class or
The weather.
just be like the weather. Yeah.
I
okay.
love
just,
the weather.
I
I can talk
weather's
about
a
the
good
weather
one,
all
but
day, bro.
yeah, you just got to understand maybe sometimes if you just message them, hey, they might not be down to answer because it's like, what do you want? You could just, like pick a topic or something. Just be like, hey, or like if you notice that they like something, just be like, hey, did you see the new episode of such and such? So
Send her
did you see
memes,
that?
dude, so you
Yeah,
know
did
it's
you
real.
Totally send her poot.
Yo, that's what I was gonna bring up. Poot Lovato. We gotta close with Poot
Lovato.
Lovato, dude.
Well, poot. Yeah,
We're
we'll close
closing
Poot
with
Lovato.
conspiracies and Poot Lovato. Okay, but for
Hell yeah.
now,
Okay, so like, but like, just say she likes Game of Thrones, you'd be like, oh, did you see that Game of Thrones isn't coming back till 2019? That sucks. Or just like something like that to like start a conversation if you know there's something she's into, or if sometime like something happens that you can like talk to her in class, or like I get that it's tough. It's very
I was just
intimidating
gonna
sometimes
say,
to
like,
talk to
it's
people.
really hard especially if you already know that you like somebody. It's hard to like approach them. Like if you're saying like I don't know how to approach her, it can be really nerve wracking. But like,
Yeah.
I don't know how old you are, but like honestly, the more that you talk to people and the more you communicate with girls or people that you're interested
It gets
in,
easier.
it gets so much easier the more you do it. Like you just practice it. And if she doesn't reciprocate or want to talk to you, then hey, at least you
Then
know
you
you
know.
tried and you'll find somebody else
And
that
you've
wants
got
to talk
the
to
practice.
you. Yeah, you got practice and you got like, I don't know, girls like when you feel confident enough to approach them as well.
Yeah, exactly.
It
Like,
doesn't
I
have
don't
to be
think,
this big like monumental moment of like craziness.
spectacle of getting noticed, because like then like that usually that backfires.
Yeah.
Like, let's be real.
Like especially if you like climb walls.
Yeah,
It
spectacles
will backfire.
usually end up bad. Okay, so we got another relationship one. What would be the best? Okay, this is like a multi-part question here.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Boy. Jedi.
What would be the best way to approach a girl to let her know that I'm romantically interested in her without coming off as just a creep when I don't know her first? So before I get to the second part of the question, how do you know you're romantically into somebody or interested in them if you don't actually know them?
Yeah, you just think she's pretty.
You think she's pretty.
You don't know
you're
her life.
physically.
What if she's
you know,
a
you're
trash
physically.
person? You don't know. Yet.
Yeah,
You don't know.
but then it gets into what about if she has a touch of fame / notoriety, so she's hit on often. So maybe this means that they're like a celebrity, or not, probably not a celebrity, but like I'm getting for the vibes I'm getting from this is like I'm getting the vibes from this. I'm getting like an internet person, somebody that you see on the internet.
If I saw Lady Gaga at Whole Foods,
oh my god.
here's what I would do.
Okay.
I'd stroll up with my cart full of very healthy food, and I'd be like, "Hey, what's your favorite type of kombucha?" "Oh, me too. How's your life?" I love you." That's how it would go
So
down.
don't do that.
Don't do that.
See, the fame / notoriety thing kind of gives me the impression that it might be somebody that you like watch on the internet or something. Because like that's the only thing I can really.
Hard.
And like 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna say that don't hit on the people that you watch on the internet.
Well, okay,
if they
here's the
wanted-
thing. Here, can I say something about that? As
Yeah, go
somebody
for it.
who has felt this from people before this moment, you're not on the same common ground. So it makes it hard for you to approach them and for them to feel approachable by you. because I've had people like you only know if you're if you're talking about like a famous person or like a internet celebrity, you only know and you only are attached to what you know of them. You're only like you're rooting yourself in maybe like a version of them that's like the best version of themselves,
Yeah,
right?
because
And
most of the
so
time somebody's not putting out the bad stuff. Not that
oh
there's
yeah.
always a lot of bad stuff. It's just like you're just seeing what the person wants.
Yeah,
to
and
have
so
out
that
there.
makes it really uneven playing field.
Yeah.
It's not like and I think that I don't know. I mean, I think that it's like clearly very difficult to approach them, but if I was me, like as me just speaking as me, I would just want somebody to like if I met them, be chill, be a normal person,
Yeah.
treat me like a
Yeah,
normal
just be
person,
chill.
talk about normal things. I don't know.
Yeah. I think there's like it kind of comes down to like when we were talking about all those issues with like people like wanting to like kind of like workplace and power dynamic kind of stuff, like whereas technically if this person has any kind of like a little bit of fame, it almost puts them more in control of the situation than you. So like if they were interested in dating, I would say that it would have to be on them to be like pushing the conversation more.
Yeah, like
because I'm gonna say 9 times out of 10 it's a bad idea to go after people that you like. And now we could be wrong, maybe this isn't an internet personality, but that's the only thing I can get from like fame, like
or maybe
a little
he's talking
touch
about
of
like
fame.
someone in like a band or like
That's what I'm that was my
something
other
like
thought, like
that.
a kind of a band. But it's almost the same thing. If you're somebody who goes to a musician's shows all the time, then yeah, you can talk to them. And if it's somebody online, you can like talk to them in Twitch chat or comment on the YouTube videos and stuff like that. But like,
you don't actually
sometimes
know the person.
you don't actually know the person. Yeah, sometimes I do have like really close friends that I've made from streaming and stuff.
Oh, for sure.
But like
Same.
none of them have tried to date me as far as I'm aware. And it's just like, I don't think you should try to, it's kind of like, it's like the friend zone thing. I wouldn't go into that situation expecting a date or some kind of relationship.
Well,
out of
what's
it
their
because
question?
You're getting attached to the.
They're just trying to talk to this person?
No, they want they want to let them know that they're romantically interested without coming off as a creep. And I'm saying that
don't do it.
in this specific situation, to let them know you're romantically interested kind of comes across as like a little bit odd.
Yeah, you need to. It's odd because you need to get to know the person first. You can't
Yeah,
just say,
like-
"Hey, I have a big crush on you," because you don't know them.
Yeah,
Really.
if you do know them in person and it's just somebody that happens to be like kind of really popular or something and you know them in person but you feel like they're above you, then maybe you can just try pushing more
Yeah,
conversation
keep trying
with
to
them
get
and
to
seeing
know
how
them,
it goes.
'cause
That's totally fine. But if you've never had a conversation with them, don't go at them with the "I'm romantically interested in you" type
Dude,
thing. Like, that's-
exactly. Like, have you ever had
bad
a
plan.
person like really be really interested in you off the bat?
Yeah.
It's a huge turn off to me. Like, how do you know? You don't know
Yeah.
me. What if I'm a
You don't know
fucking
me.
psycho? You don't know.
Yeah, it's one thing. It's all like,
You're
you
just
know what, I
like an
always
idea
noticed
of
you.
me.
Yeah, sometimes it's like different if you meet somebody in person. They're like, you know what, I always noticed you
Oh,
here
yeah.
and thought you're really cute, blah, blah, blah. But they're not coming at you like, I know that your favorite color is this.
I brought you your favorite whatever. Date me.
Yeah, you know, something like that. It's like there's different ways to do it. Like I said, maybe if you want to like message back with more details about your specific situation, maybe we can give you.
Yeah, when we didn't mean to
a-
roast your shit.
Yeah, we're not like, I'm not trying to roast you. It's
We're
just
trying
like
to help you, bro.
we're just trying to help and give advice. And yeah.
Every situation is special as well. Like, you could try to take some of this advice and apply it to your own life or situations, but every situation is unique, I
Yeah.
think. And
Yeah.
really, a lot of this comes down. I noticed a trend. Is there a third part to the question, or is there another similar question?
There is that also. Do you guys find it hard to find dates because people are intimidated by you? That's why I thought he was talking about an internet personality, because he specifically ended off the question, do you guys
Oh, this
find
is
it
the same
hard
guy.
to find dates? Yeah.
Oh,
So that's why my brain went to internet people
well,
right off the
I'm
bat.
I'm not dating, and I haven't in years. But yeah, I think because when I think about dating again, which I'm not, by the way, but when I think about it, I feel like, especially if I find somebody that doesn't know what I do, I find it extremely difficult to explain to them, because most of the people that I do explain what I do, they think it's very cool, but they don't get
They
it.
do.
Like, they don't get it, right? And so
Yeah.
that's a struggle. But if you're talking about someone who already knows what I do and then they're intimidated by me, like, I'm not into that at all.
I don't feel like we're very intimidating people, Ashley.
No, I'm actually not at all. But if someone is intimidated by me, I don't find that attractive.
I don't think you could have a relationship.
No.
In that, maybe that's what he's mean. Do you find it hard to find somebody because everybody's intimidated by you? But I feel like nobody's intimidated by
Oh
me.
yeah,
I'm
me either.
not looking for that. But that's the thing, though. I'm not.
Yeah, I think if they
looking
are
to date my fan
intimidated,
base.
if someone is intimidated because I have a social media following, I think that's whack.
Yeah,
Whack. I'm not interested
That's
anyway.
whack.
Then
there you go.
hashtag
There you
I
go.
love my cats forever. Then my cats aren't
Stick with your
intimidated by me.
hopeful. Yeah, my cat intimidates me. So
Yeah,
it's-
my cat is the power dynamic
Yeah.
in the relationship.
Oh man, my Jen's niece was here,
Oh, yeah,
and
you were
like
telling me.
my cat was stalking her.
Like she wanted to, or the
Well-
rocket
well,
wanted to kill
she
her.
thought she was chasing him, and he was literally like, she would turn a corner, and he'd be like,
I'm gonna murder you.
yeah, pretty much, but like from behind, she'd be like, "Where are you?" And he's like,
Murder.
"Murder."
I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
every time I leave town for longer than like a day or two, my cats plan my death.
Possibly.
Like when I come back, they
you're
are
lucky
pissed.
you don't have stairs.
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh man.
Is there more this week, or is that it?
Yeah, there's 2 more questions.
Oh, lit, fan lit.
Okay, because there's one relationship one and one about the streaming. So there's this super out of my league girl that I'm totally into, and there's some problems. I think she's into me, but she's a junior and I'm a sophomore. We don't have any classes together. How can I make this work? So
Just talk to her.
you're in grade 10. She's in grade 11.
That would make them about 16 or 17,
15 and 16, I think. 15 and 16.
or 16 and 17. A
Yeah, either
junior,
or, depending
could-
on
it
if you were
depends,
born in
yeah.
January, you were.
If you're
yeah.
a summer baby, you're on the cusp, maybe. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Either way. Either
But that's
way.
the age range in case you guys, I know foreigners
Yeah.
don't know what we're talking about.
Yeah, that's true.
Or they call it different
Um,
stuff.
Well, dude, if you think she's into you, I don't think the fact that you have, honestly, the fact that you don't have classes together is probably for the best, because if it didn't work out, you don't have to awkwardly deal with being in the same class with them.
Yeah, you
I
should
don't know
not
how
be
your
trying to hang out with her in class. You should be trying to hang out with her after class.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you have one of those schools that like you guys have different like lunch periods or something? Because like I know that my school was not that, like everybody was on lunch at the same time in my school.
Oh, really?
So,
We had
yeah.
different periods for lunch. My high school was huge.
I did when in middle school they would separate the grade 5 and 6 from the 7 and 8, but in high school it was all at the same time. But I think it's because like most people ate off campus.
The
People
jungle.
would go other places.
Oh, yeah. They wouldn't let us leave for lunch.
Oh yeah, we could leave. Like I went all over the place for lunch. I was a hood rat.
Psh, I would not be coming
Not
back.
hood rat, hoodlum. Well, yeah, that was yeah, we were hoodlums. But we were kind of like in the central area of town. Like there's a pizza place across the street that I still love, and like a bunch of stuff really close. So, you know,
Right,
either way,
right.
we all went to lunch at the same time. So is that an option? Is it something that you can like talk to her on your lunch class period
Yeah,
time
yeah.
and like, or like before class? Because I know like
Yeah.
sometimes people get there really early
Oh,
because
I
of the
would get
buses,
there
so they
hella
like chill.
early.
Yeah, they chill outside certain classrooms waiting, or in like the cafeteria. Like, can you hit her up there? Because if you think she's into you, that means you guys have at least had some kind of interaction
Yeah, hopefully.
and conversation.
Like,
So I think that it would be really easy just to kind of be like, really quickly, just be like, hey, would you like to go to the movies sometime? Or do you want to like go to some interesting thing that you guys have in your town?
yeah.
And
I
just,
think
like-
like a lot of people, like it kind of relates to the other question we had. Like they really build it up way too much in their head. Like, and I was the same
Yeah.
way too. Obviously, when you're younger,
Oh,
it
same.
seems like if you're inexperienced in it, it seems like the biggest, most hardest thing you can do. But
Oh, 100%.
trust us. If you just do it, if you put yourself out there, then it'll be worth it in the end. And the
Yeah.
more you do that, the more you talk to people, put yourself out there, the more comfortable you will be with doing that, and the more that
Yeah.
people take a liking to that, right?
Yeah, because there's the two scenarios, is that they are actually interested in you and you get a date and it's good and, you know, things work out, at least for that period of time. Or you find out they're not into you and then you can spend your time investing into somebody
Yeah,
who is
then you're not
interested in
all
you
like
or something
wondering
else.
and shit. I hate wondering. I don't like
Yeah.
that. I would rather just ask. I'd be like straight
Yeah,
up,
because
like,
you never
want
want to be the what if, and then
Yeah, I
that
don't
person
like
starts
that.
dating someone else and you're like,
Oh yeah, I don't like that.
what if I had made my move? Or maybe I could be taking Susie to the homecoming prom.
Yeah, well, you didn't. So
You didn't. So, honestly, where you guys have said that you have talked and you think she's into you, like, I feel like that's a good sign. Like, normally I wouldn't just say go up to somebody and ask them to the movies, but where it seems like you guys have a little bit of a rapport. Like, maybe ask
Yeah.
what she's doing some
or
weekend
just
and
keep
be
trying
like,
to hang out with her. Not like stalk
Yeah.
her, but like if you
No,
see her
just
at
be like-
lunch or you see her like before
yeah, make
class, like,
conversation.
what's up,
And if you
girl?
feel like you've done it a couple more times and you still feel like there's good vibes and stuff, then just be like, we should hang out outside school sometime. And then she'd be
Yeah.
like, yeah. Or, you know, sometimes they'll drop hints. Sometimes you'll get talking and she'll be like, there's this really good movie coming out this week. Or she'll be like, I wish there was a really good movie that we could go see this weekend or something like that. And like, then you can try to build around that. Cause sometimes they don't want to
make
ask.
a movie, girl.
But they'll drop hints, or they'll be like, oh my God, I'm craving this coffee thing from such and such. And you could be like, why don't we go after school?
Dude, yeah,
or
if they're
Saturday?
like, oh, I want coffee, or oh, I want this, like, let's go do
Let's
that.
go.
Or
'Cause,
let's do it. Like,
Yeah, because even if they aren't hinting at like a date, they're at least putting themselves in a situation where you can be like, let's go do that, because they're clearly, yeah, they're putting themselves out there to be like, to have the problem solved. If they're like, oh my God, you have to try blah, blah, blah. And then you can be like, well, let's go this weekend, or let's go after class.
yeah.
And
Or
they can
like,
be like, yeah,
hey, I heard about this really cool restaurant in town.
there you go.
I've always
There you
wanted
go.
to go.
Yeah, sometimes
That's your
restaurants,
opening, bro.
yeah, there you go.
But
Go for that.
Can I say this? Role reversal. Do guys wish that girls would sometimes ask them to stuff?
Based
Girls,
on my Reddit
ask
reading,
guys to stuff too.
yeah, based on my Reddit reading, yes, guys would really like it if girls would start either
Yeah.
very vocally expressing that they're into going on a date or something, or if the girl would actually just be more forward. I think that's what I mean. I feel like there's like a lot of like that very
It's gotta be,
toxic
like, a
divide
mutual
that like
thing.
girls feel like they can't be the ones to make the move, and guys feel like they have to be the one to make the move, and if they're not, it's
Yeah.
like not masculine, and girls
I
are
don't
like,
have
if
a lot of
they-
experience with that personally.
Yeah, but it's like I feel like I can understand. It's just one of these things that it's like it always is that way, but it doesn't have to be.
Yeah,
If
it
you're
doesn't
a
have to
girl
be.
and you're into a guy and you think he's into you,
Ask
guys
him
get
for
shy
stuff.
too.
Yeah.
You help him out. Help him
Yeah,
out,
give
even
him
if it is just by doing something
Throw
like,
up a flare.
man,
Throw a flare.
yeah, even if it is just something like, man, this coffee place seems really good, and then they're like, oh man, I'll have to check it out sometime. You should be like, we could go sometime this weekend, or we could go sometime, and then he could be like, yeah, let's do that.
Or just wait
You know?
outside her window at 4 a.m. and wait
Don't
for her to
do
wake
that.
up and be like,
Don't-
hey, did you still want to go get coffee?
Don't pull the say anything. It's the bad play. Don't do it. Don't do
It's
it.
romantic when you stalk them, Amanda. Just kidding. By the way, I am
only
joking.
works in
I don't
movies.
want to stalk anybody. I don't want anyone to stalk me.
No.
Thumbs up.
Not romantic.
Not romantic.
Not romantic.
Not
It's one thing if somebody's kind of
Not
like, I
cute.
wait an extra minute outside my classroom because I know they walk by to their locker just so I have a chance to say hi to them. Like, I don't consider that.
Oh no,
that-
yeah, that's totally cool.
Actually, we've talked about this. It's the Dobler-Dahmer effect.
Did we talk about this? Because what you just
Okay,
said sounds
Dobler,
so foreign.
Lloyd
to me.
Dobler from Say Anything, the standing outside with the boombox, and it's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
huge romantic gesture, and she's
Yes.
so into it because she's into him.
Right.
If you're not into it, Jeffrey Dahmer.
Super awkward. Exactly.
Super creepy. Exactly.
It
so
has
like, yeah,
to
I
be
feel like, oh my God, they're
reciprocation.
waiting outside my locker for me.
Yeah,
That's
like
so
it has to be some like
awesome.
notebook
It's-
shit where they're mutually
Yeah.
into you.
So it's weird. Yeah, like obviously if somebody doesn't like you and they're already I'm not saying that you are a creepy person, but they don't like you
No,
and they're not
yeah.
interested in you, they might automatically see anything you do as like weird and creepy. And that's just kind of a really unfortunate fact of life. As long as you're respecting their boundaries, and if they say, I'm not interested in you, and then you back off,
It's
you're good to
kind of
go.
like when they, well, okay, this was kind of a thing when I was in high school, but it seems really big now because of social media.
Hmm.
But like the big prom ask or the homecoming ask, like
yeah.
you're not gonna do that if you don't think she's gonna say yes, right?
Yeah. See, most of the people I see doing that are only doing it with people that they're already dating.
Yeah, like that's cute.
Yeah.
Don't do that if you don't know the answer already. It's kind of
No,
like
if you-
proposing without knowing the answer.
Yeah, if you've gotten to the point where you feel like you have to write something on their card, don't do it. Go back. Different plan.
Reverse.
If you have to put if you're thinking I'm going to put decorations on their locker, go back. Don't do it.
Exactly.
Again, unless you're already dating and you're like they like this kind of stuff. But like if you're not dating, don't do weird grand gestures like that.
You're gonna
Start
only hurt
small.
yourself and hurt the person.
Yeah, cuz they're going to for one probably be a little bit embarrassed. Two,
For
they're
you.
going to like tell everybody like that weirdo did this.
Yeah, holy
Or,
shit. Did you see what
like-
Amanda the Jedi did?
Hey,
No, I'm just kidding.
come on. But yeah, like you just got to be chill.
Yeah, be chill. Be approachable yourself and be chill, and you're
Learn
gonna
to take-
attract that back.
Yeah, learn to take no's as no's, and also
Yeah.
learn to take silence as no's. If somebody is literally, if you're trying to message them on Facebook, if you're trying to text them and they are not ever answering you, or just very like every like week they give you like a hey
Or
back
they
and not a
give you,
hey,
like, really-
so sorry I couldn't. You have to like, hey, so sorry I've been so busy. Like, how are you? If they are really into the conversation, but like don't be that person that's messaging them every day when they're not answering
Oh
back.
yeah,
Like,
or even
take
if
the
they're like
silence for
short
what it is.
answering you, like get the
Yeah,
hint
if they're
they're
just kind of,
busy
like-
or they're not interested, and that's okay.
Yeah, just like learn that that's what that means. Don't take
I
any hard
think
feelings to it. It's just like sometimes people are like trained not to tell somebody that they're not interested in them because they feel like it's like wrong for them to say openly that they're just like not interested.
dude, I wish more people were clear. I wish that,
Yeah.
you know,
I understand why some people aren't though, because I've seen stuff where people try to be clear and the guy like freaks out at them or the girl freaks out at them.
I put my
so I can
money in the
understand.
vending machine. Why aren't you
Yeah,
coming
so-
out? Like,
Yeah, so like I feel like I understand why somebody wants to just like I'm gonna pretend this person isn't here and they'll probably eventually stop answering me, but that's not always how it works.
true.
Yeah. We had one other. I don't know if you want to get into it this time, but it was just kind of about like streaming.
Yeah. Let's do it. We still got time.
Okay.
Also,
so at
Put
what point
Lovato.
did you and Ashley realize that you had to buckle down and get going on streaming goals? I personally have basically come to a crossroads in my life where I want to do more career-wise and don't know what path to take. I always thought I'd want to work with animals, but it's one of the most overworked and underpaid areas. Streaming has been a long-time dream, but I have anxiety that's keeping me from even starting casually. I have a few times, but where I'm at, it feels as if it's a chore.
Maybe
Streaming
it's
should never
not
feel
for
like a
you
chore.
then. Yeah,
I'm
you
gonna
gotta
say if you have anxiety and streaming feels like it's a chore before it's like it's one thing for somebody who's been streaming for like 9 years and makes a living off of it, feeling like every once in a while streaming starts to feel like a chore.
Oh yeah, that's definitely happened to me.
You know, sometimes you have weeks where you're just like, nah.
Yeah.
But if you haven't even really started and it already feels like a chore,
It's
I
not
feel
for
like
you, and
maybe
that's
you're
okay.
more. Yeah, it's fine. I feel like maybe you're more into the idea of being a streamer. Maybe you want to make some YouTube videos. Maybe you
Yeah, I
want
was
to try
gonna-
make, if you just really like the idea of content, maybe you would prefer making YouTube videos.
Yeah,
Or-
I think like
and even-
YouTube, you can really control a lot more of what people see, what you do, and then like if you're anxious or something, you're not worried about like, oh, how do I sound right now, or what should
Yeah.
I talk about? What's the next thing I talk about? Oh my god, like I
Yeah.
think if you could control it a little more, maybe YouTube would be better. But yeah, it sounds like you don't actually really want to do it. Just you
Yeah.
like the idea of it, like she said, like that's okay. You gotta find something else. Find like a passion of yours that you
Yeah.
actually do feel good about doing and want to do. Like
like-
they're saying it like it's almost like a job. They're like, when did you know you should buckle down? Like if you're not into something and you're not genuinely enjoying it, why would you want to buckle down on it?
From like
I don't
another
get it.
perspective, like for example, for me, when I started making content was like right a little bit before I finished school, and I had to be like, do I want to keep trying to do this? And this was like back when I wasn't streaming it and I was just making videos and like not really getting many views, but I really enjoyed doing it. I was like, do I want to keep trying to push this and see how far I can take this for the next? I think I gave myself like a year or 2 years just to see what would happen.
Right.
Or do I want to go follow a career path? Because I knew the career path I was going down, I wouldn't be able to have an internet presence. Like it just wouldn't be possible.
Right.
Just because of what I was going into. And I was like, I'm going to give this a go. Like, you know, I'm in a good place. Like I pay, like my student loans are pretty much paid off. Like I can't, if I'm going to try doing something like this, it's got to be now.
like now is
And
the
then
perfect
luckily-
time.
Yeah. And luckily it's been building. Like I'm not in a place where I can say this is my job, but
Girl,
it
you
counts
working.
for,
You
like,
getting there. You go.
I'm getting
you
there,
slay,
like,
Jedi. I'm
thank
your
you.
biggest
Like,
fan.
Even just from like last year when we started this podcast to now, like I'm so
Oh, dude, yeah.
you know, like making moves. So
Yeah.
like I feel like I get what she means from that point. And like sometimes there does have to be a point where you're like, am I going to put more of my effort into a traditional career path, or am I going to put more of my effort into this? But where you've said that you have anxiety that's keeping you from even starting casually, and where you're doing it, it feels like a chore. I think maybe it is something that might be good for you to do casually now and again to like try to get over that anxiety, but I don't necessarily think it's something that because I don't think you should start anything like this on the internet with the intent to make it your career or
Yeah,
job.
I was just gonna
'cause
say
it's
that too.
incredibly hard.
You are gonna have a bad time if you intend to make this your job, because I got so fucking lucky, dude. Like I'm not gonna lie, I just got like doing the right thing at the right time, and I had good work ethic at the right time, and
Yeah.
you know, that led me down this path. But if I were to start over and be like, okay, I need to get this many dollars so that I can continue, that puts so much pressure on you as an entertainer. It puts pressure on whoever's watching you that you're going to have a bad time.
Yeah, I just personally decided that I was okay working a minimum wage job and trying to make it work versus going after like my like university.
No, because you actually
career
have,
path.
I don't know if a lot of people know this, but you actually have like a degree and you could go into like that profession.
Yeah.
She's
I have a full
like
degree.
choosing to fucking go out on a limb. That's why I fucking love you,
am.
Jedi, bro.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that by not going out on a limb that makes you a less person. Like you say you want to work with animals. I think that's an amazing thing. Like I couldn't personally do that because I love animals so much that I can't imagine them in pain, and I don't like being around them when they're in pain. So like to me it's amazing that there's people that are able to,
Help them.
save animals and help animals, and like
Save the
I know
animals.
that it is a really overworked area. And it doesn't always pay the best, but you could really kind of say the same thing about YouTube and streaming. It's you work a lot. You're always thinking about, like, I'm always thinking, what's my next YouTube video? When am I going to stream?
Dude,
I
it's
plan
so
my
draining.
entire day and life around what I do. And like, and like, obviously I feel like where I'm at, like, I'm obviously not getting a lot back for that, but like, to me, it's worth it personally because I find it fulfilling and I love it and I want to turn it into something else. So if you find working with animals rewarding and fulfilling.
Yeah, I was going to say, it sounds like they just need to find exactly what fulfills them.
Yeah.
And that can
And
be
maybe it
hard.
won't be
Like,
anything.
you don't really know until you know. And you just got to keep trying different stuff and doing stuff that makes you feel good.
Yeah.
And you find it.
It's and sometimes I don't know if you've already been in, like, I don't know how old you are or if you've been to school to work with animals or if you're just trying to figure out what to do like after you graduate high school or something. There's nothing wrong with taking a year off.
I took a
Like
year
literally
off.
Yeah, I didn't at first
Save
and
money.
should have. And literally I burned out within 6 months of my first year of university, took the rest of that year off, went back, killed it.
Really?
Killed the game.
You're like,
Literally.
hell yeah.
4.0 GPA. Like killed the game.
Damn.
So sometimes you got to take time away to figure out what you actually want, and that's better than going to university for a year and wasting, especially if you live in the US.
Oh,
it's
dude,
so expensive.
So bad,
to
bro.
go and
I
find
totally
yourself a
screwed
university.
myself. So bad.
Yeah. Find yourself in a retail job, like literally, just because nothing's going to make you try to figure out what you want out of life faster than working a retail job.
Exactly.
You know? So
I've been there. Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, you've been there
I've
too.
been there.
Yeah.
And even if you find out, it's like, you know what? I'd kind of like to own my own business, and then I could have more of say in what I'm doing. And I like working with people. Like sometimes that's what people like, and you might find that out about yourself, but you won't know until you try.
Exactly.
So I would say if you're just trying to decide what you do next, like sometimes doing nothing and just getting work experience and saving money is like the best thing you can do. And if you are worried about this, send this to your parents. Hello, I'm not going to say your name's parents. If you are concerned about your child taking a year off school, sometimes it's the best choice. And it's going to lead them down to a path of success.
Yeah, I felt pretty pressured to go into school, and I have nothing but regret about it.
Yeah, my dad was really big on it, and it's because he had to drop out of school when he was in grade 10, so he always took education really seriously, and I figured that he always just wanted to make sure that I went.
Yeah.
And I think he realized after the fact that it probably would have been better if I'd just taken that year off initially anyways. Like, luckily, I ended up okay. I had, like, that first year was all, like, scholarship money, so it wasn't like nothing came out of my own pocket.
Right.
But if I'd been living in the States, if I'd had to move to the school and, like, stay in the dorms, like, that would have been so much more money than what I probably ended up walking out with at the end of it all. Because, like,
right.
Yeah.
And I think, like, even now, like, going to school now is not the same as going to school in the 80s and 90s. Like, you get a degree now, and good luck getting a job. I know so many people that I went to high school with and went to college with. They got, like, 4-year degrees, 80,000 in debt, and they're a waitress because they can't get a job. And
my
maybe
dad
it's a lot of it is,
specifically-
like, what they choose to go to school for or whatever. But
Sometimes it is, but
But,
sometimes
like,
it's literally...
it's so saturated now because everyone's doing
is.
it. And everyone's paying back in. After their end school, they're like screwed in debt, and they have to find
like
a job.
I am
It's tough.
really lucky that I paid off my student loans. Like, I'm really
The
happy
grind.
about that. But, like, not everybody... That's another reason why I was like, I feel like I can work, like, a minimum wage job. Like, as long as I have enough money to take care of myself and take care of emergencies when they come up, I can, like, afford to, like, put time into this.
Yeah.
And invest into this.
Yeah.
So that's something to look into too. I feel like if you're kind of debating what to do next, there's nothing wrong with taking some time off. Even if you've already been out of school for a little bit and you're just still trying to decide, it's better to take more time deciding than to invest a bunch of money and then find out this is not at all what I want to do.
Yeah. It's the worst feeling because you're like, well,
Yes.
I mean, it's tough too. I know we're spending a lot of time on this person's question and we're just kind of going off on the main stage about it. But, like, I feel like it's really shitty, especially in America, to ask an 18-year-old to make a long-term decision that puts them or their family so far in debt. Like, when I was 18, I didn't know what the frick I wanted to do. I mean, maybe I still don't even know what I want to do.
There you go.
Like,
No, it's
it's a
crazy.
big pressure situation where you're like, okay, pick your major. Okay,
Yeah.
pick your school. Okay, pick this, pick that. Move your life across the country. Okay, figure it out. Like, what?
Yeah, I know
It's
so many people
crazy
who've
that we ask kids
done,
to do
like,
that. They're
I know
kids.
so they've gone and they've done their like regular degree and then they've gone back to like one of those like more specialty technical schools just to get a degree that's like specifically geared at like being a paralegal or something.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, so that whole 4 years before that is like a waste.
Right.
And then I feel like sometimes people start going to school for something and then they know they don't want to do it, but because they already started, they don't want to like switch to something
It's
else.
too
And
late.
it's like, yeah, it's like, I get it, but like, don't, it's like, what's that quote? It's like, don't keep making the same mistake just because you've invested so much time in it.
Yeah, I
Like, don't
wish
be afraid of- yeah,
I
don't-
wish I'd
yeah.
heard that before.
Yeah, I know. And it's one of those things. It's like people feel that that'll happen. Like you put a lot of money into something or you invest a lot of time into something and then you're like, okay, this isn't working out or this is wrong, blah, blah, blah. Like sometimes the answer isn't just work harder until it somehow fixes itself. Sometimes the best solution is just walking away no matter how much time you've already wasted in it, you know?
Word. Life's long, man. Well,
Yeah.
well, I mean, it's short, but you got to, you know.
It's
You
a
find
mix, you
over
know?
the time that you evolve, you know, what you should be doing.
Yeah,
Have right?
I got you.
So,
got you.
real quick,
Real quick.
how old is this Poot Lovato meme?
Okay. Apparently the Poot Lovato meme
Please explain.
was really big in 2015. Okay,
2015,
so I'm,
we are late as
20
shit.
I know, but it's fine because some people don't know what it is. So
I don't.
basically,
I
I'm
didn't.
reading a conspiracy theory Reddit thread yesterday.
By the way, one of
And it
my
was basically
favorite
like-
things to read on the internet is the conspiracy
She
theory
loves
Reddit.
conspiracy theories. This was specifically like, this was an ask overall, like just an the ask Reddit thread. Like
Yeah,
it's the
like a
big one.
main
And
page.
people were just like, what is a conspiracy theory you actually believe? And for the most part, they were real ones. And then sometimes you get the joke ones. So the main thread was, I believe that Christian Bale has a skinnier twin that he brings out to do his skinnier roles. Because like, if you look at Christian Bale in like American Hustle, Batman, and The Machinist.
Yeah,
and it is
the
three different
Machinist,
weights
it's
of,
like,
he's literally
insane.
like, he's smaller than me. And then American Hustle, he's fat. And then Batman, he's jacked. So like,
Yeah.
literally just, and somebody's like, okay, well, to get to the really skinny one, he must have like a skinnier twin. And then Christopher Nolan told the story in the movie The Prestige, which is a really good movie and you should watch it.
love the movie The
So,
Prestige. Watch
but
it.
then, yeah, I'm just like reading, and then underneath it, it's all like, yeah, exactly like Demi Lovato's twin sister, Poot Lovato.
Why did they call her
It's
Poot?
like-
Did you find that out?
I think it was just like the random Tumblr. It was just some random Tumblr thing where the person decided that that was going to be the name. And I lost it because like I'm just casually reading it and most things don't hit me. Some of them I'm like, huh, that's funny. That's funny. And then it was just like, yeah, like Poot Lovato. And I don't know. And then I Googled it. I was like, what the hell? So it's like Poot Lovato. Demi's like twin sister that's been left in a dungeon.
I'm going to pull up the image, dude. Where is
Okay,
it?
pull up the image of Poot. So, which is basically there's this picture of Demi Lovato that's like mostly okay.
I just put
and
it on
then
the screen.
they smush her face.
Yes,
basically.
it's a look at the screen. If you're watching anyway, look at the screen right now, and there's a GIF of like the normal
Her
picture.
regular face, and
Yeah,
then
I
it's
have
like-
the regular face GIF, and then they like somebody doctored the photo to make her face hella wide,
Yeah.
and like, which is messed
So-
up. But
Yeah,
like
so
she
they're
just
saying that
really
it's
does
like-
not look great. It's bad lighting. It's bad angles.
Yeah, it's
You're
just a
seeing
bad
ripples in her
time.
face that you wouldn't normally see. That kind of
Yeah.
lighting is not flattering for anybody.
No, it's like, yeah, it's just really, really blown out and overexposed.
Yeah.
But so I'm just like laughing and I look into this and apparently it's this meme from 2015 and that she's like Demi Lovato's twin sister that's trapped in a dungeon or basement or something. And so
They
I'm
bring
losing
her
it
out
at work.
sometimes. Fucking
Like-
Poot.
Yeah, Poot. I'm like losing it because it's like the funniest name.
Yeah.
And then I see the picture and I lose it. And then I'm like, and everyone's like, what is this Poot Lovato you're on? So I'm like spreading it. And then last night I make an emote myself
Dude,
and like
yeah, she
submit
has
it.
a
So
Twitch emote of fucking the
have-
face.
Poot Lovato. So like everybody's on this stupid show me the way meme. And I'm like, Poot is the way.
3-year-old
Sit your
meme.
ass down.
Take me down.
Take me now. I love Poot. And then like the best part was like Demi was super into the theory.
Dude,
like,
yeah,
Avril
she
Lavigne's
seems
kind of been
like
like
cool.
ha, whatever about the Melissa theory, but like Demi like got into it.
Dude,
she
yeah.
like retweeted pictures and gifs.
That's
and
amazing, dude. You gotta be able to laugh at
that's
yourself.
the thing. Steer into the skid. If you let somebody know
Yeah.
that something bothers you, That's probably why this didn't blow up as big as it could have, because Demi Lovato didn't freak out about it.
Right. She wasn't
she had
like,
freaked
delete
out-
that picture of me.
Yeah, if it had been like that, people would have been like, she doesn't want you to know. She doesn't want you to know that Poot's locked up.
Shows a lot about her confidence too.
I know. I love Demi Lovato. She's been
I
through
feel
some
like
shit.
Avril Lavigne could easily disprove the conspiracy.
I know, and I think that's why she doesn't bother, but like, I don't know. Poot Lovato is like my new favorite thing, because I laughed about that for so
Dude, yeah,
long.
you
I
came
literally
in my stream and like showed me, or I don't remember.
I was you were
was
like, dude,
done.
I saw your snap. Somebody said something about Poot, and I was like, Poot is the way. And then you're like, I saw your Snapchat. What's that about? And then I just gave you the link to
Oh
the face.
my god, dude!
And then
I
you
actually
lost it.
cried. I actually cried tears.
Yeah. I actually had to go on Reddit and go back and like thank the person who posted it. I was
Shout out
like,
to
it's been
Poot.
24 hours and I'm still laughing about this. Like, thank you so much.
Shout out to Poot. Dude, if you had a body double like that, what would their name be?
I have
Poot,
no
Poot
idea.
the Jedi.
The Jedi. I don't know, because I want to make something funny like that too, but like I have no idea.
I don't know. I think it's funny.
It's hilarious.
Nothing but respect for Demi Lovato, by the way.
Nothing but respect.
Nothing
She's been through some shit.
But respect. I actually don't know what she's been through, but I'm sure it's bad.
Disney did a bunch of weird stuff.
Oh, really? Dude, yeah, I
Like,
actually don't know much about her because she kind of is younger, right?
Yeah, she's like probably like 25 now or something.
Oh, that's not bad.
Maybe 23.
But she was on like a Disney show, right? I know that much. She was on a Disney
Camp
thing.
Rock was what she started off at, and then it was like Life with Sunny or something like that.
Never heard of it.
I don't really remember.
I've heard of Camp.
but
Wait, I think Rachel
She was
told
in
me
Camp
about
Rock.
Camp
That's what
Rock.
started her
So
career.
was it like High
She's
School
25.
Musical, but like different?
Yeah, it was like the edgier it was with the Jonas Brothers. It was Camp Rock, and she was like, but yeah, basically she was dealing with a bunch of like depression and like bipolar disorder, and like Disney literally like tried to like either silence it and like just really not wanting to deal with it. And I guess she's been very vocal about how bad Disney is with like mental health issues and like dealing with stuff like that,
Fuck
and with their
yeah.
teen stars and how like
Perform,
damaging
little
they can
kid,
be.
perform.
Yeah, pretty much.
Fucked up.
Pretty much. It's actually almost like that episode of South Park where Mickey Mouse goes to beat up the Jonas Brothers.
Never seen it.
You should. It's a
I
good
like
one.
South Park.
Yeah, it's great. But
That's
yeah, no,
messed
she's
up,
been pretty
though.
vocal about that, and she kind of went off and healed herself and just kind of came back, and she's been.
Dude, yeah, she's
been
killing the
good.
game now. She got mad good songs.
Oh yeah, she does. Yeah. No.
Do you
Good
think
for
you
her.
could be like a pop star? Like if you had the talent to do it, you got your big break. Do you think
Yes.
you would enjoy it?
I would be the edgy pop star.
Define.
Define.
What does
Avril
that
Lavigne.
mean? Yeah, but she was like not real edgy.
Yeah, but I'd be edgier. I don't know.
You'd be like
Let's
an
see.
edgier Avril Lavigne.
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah, Jedi! That would be amazing.
I'd do it. I used to want to be like a rock star. Like that was like my thing.
Really? For what?
I used to.
Do you like the just people loving your shit?
Yeah. No, I wanted to be like,
Yeah.
I love music. I love playing music. So I wanted to be a musician. I always thought I was going to be one, actually. Like I was like pretty adamant about it. I even like used to sign yearbooks. Like for a couple of my friends,
hell
when I signed the yearbooks, I'd be like, save this for when I'm famous.
Oh hell yeah, dude! You are
'Cause,
so
like,
cool.
I thought I was going to do it.
No, I mean, I don't know if I could be like super famous.
I've always been I don't want to say I have like an ego or anything, because I've got,
Well,
I'm
no.
just as self-deprecating as the next person, but I feel like to be on the internet like we are, there's got to be a little bit something in us enjoys being show people.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Something in us enjoys the interaction and the performance, and
That's
like
for
obviously at a larger
sure.
scale. Yeah. I used to play in a band that did like tours. They weren't like big or anything, but like I love that.
I really want to find these tapes, but like as a kid, I made videos. Like I'd borrow my dad's camera. I'd make shitty horror movies. I would make like, I don't want to talk about it, but I would like make things where I sung or like where I tried to be funny. Like I would
Yeah, I
try to
did all
make
the music
people
stuff.
laugh. I used to want to be a stand-up comedian. I used to like
Hey, hell yeah.
I used to want to like do that, and I really like it's kind of crazy because I ended up making videos for a living. At least I don't upload right now, but you know, I have a pretty big catalog on the internet of shit I've done
it's true.
at this point.
No, it's crazy. Yeah, I see
And-
myself in the same.
Yeah, so like I've always had that like feeling of like wanting to make people laugh or wanting to like entertain in that way or create something out of nothing. I
Yes,
really like that. But
100%.
I don't think I want to be like famous. But if I was famous, wouldn't it make it like easier for me to approach Lady Gaga at Whole Foods?
Yes.
Damn.
Yeah, it would. You could literally approach Lady Gaga at a Lady Gaga concert if you were famous.
Nah, I ain't gonna mess with her vibe. She's performing.
After a
I
Lady
want to
Gaga
meet. Yeah, I was
concert.
gonna say I would want to meet her in a neutral setting, not at her performance.
There you go. Okay, I feel you. I feel you.
Follow her to Whole Foods.
I'm gonna say when you're that famous, you're not shopping at Whole Foods.
Yeah, true. She probably has
Your
people that
assistants.
shops for her.
I was gonna say your assistants are shopping for you.
You seen her documentaries? She's got like mad people that do everything for her.
Not yet, but that sounds marvelous.
You did not watch 5'2"?
No. No, but you just hit your camera to the point that you now look 5'2".
Oh, I did. Okay, I have a different
Right.
camera for you.
Yeah,
But
that's funny.
bro, you need to watch it. It's on Netflix.
I will. I'll get there. Look,
I'm
I'm a busy
pissed.
person, Ashley. I'm going through The Office for like the 90,000th time.
Dude, broaden your horizon, bro. Watch Lady Gaga.
Okay, fine. Look, I try to broaden my horizon, and then I'm like, you know what would be great
It's
right now?
actually kind of
The
like a
Office.
depressing documentary, man. Like,
I'm fine with that. That's the
she's-
best. It's like the best Vision episodes are depressing.
yeah, it's like a dude. It's literally. It's not this kind of documentary you'd be expecting. It's not like a okay when Lady Gaga was 4, she started singing. It's not like that at all. It's like
Okay,
it's
all
like
right.
a Lady Gaga Vision episode. No
Hell
bullshit.
yeah.
Dude, you would like it. And
Okay,
I
I'll
actually
check it
think
out.
that the person who made it, or the production company and the guy that like directed it, did a wonderful job.
Okay, I'll
And
check
it's
it
a
out.
great watch.
Okay, I'll check it out just for you.
I like documentaries, man.
I do sometimes. If I'm in a good mood and I see one, I'm like, hell yeah. That made me feel
Do you
emotion.
have a favorite?
Shark Water.
What's that?
It's about a guy who is unfortunately he passed away. Not because of he got like flesh-eating disease actually, but he was like a really
That's
big
why I don't swim, bro. That's why.
Yeah, he's a really big activist and advocate for like shark safety in the water and stuff, and like just overall like preservation of oceans, and did this huge documentary about how people like just like are killing all these like a lot of it's focused on like sharks and like great white sharks being killed in places. I haven't watched it in a while.
Killed
but, like,
by
it'll
humans
focus,
or like killed
yeah,
by like
killed by
litter
humans,
and
killed
shit?
by humans for like virility potions and healing stuff and like shark finning and stuff like that it's like decimating populations, and they literally will like pull them up, cut off their fins and dump them back in the water while they're still alive and stuff. Like they don't actually kill them or anything.
That kills the fish.
Yeah, and then well, basically it doesn't kill them. It basically just gets to the point where they don't have fins and they just sink to the bottom of the ocean because they can't swim, and then eventually they just die because they can't eat or move or anything. So it's really sad. And then
Who
it focuses
does
on other stuff
that?
about how like the Costa Rican government, not the government, well, yeah, the government gets strong-armed by like the drug dealers there, where they threaten to kill giant tortoises and stuff if they don't let them continue doing the shark trade stuff and the shark finning. So it's like he was like a really big activist for it, and it was really cool. But I think it was like last year that he passed away because of flesh-eating disease.
Bro.
But he was really cool.
Could
I
you
think he'd done another
imagine
documentary about it.
getting
You
a
should see
flesh-eating disease?
it. No, I was screwed up.
My favorite, well, I don't know. I have a lot of like great documentaries that I like, but my favorite series that I've ever seen, with the biggest twist I've ever seen, is The Jinx on HBO.
Okay.
You haven't seen it?
No, I have not.
Do you have HBO? Like, go.
Yes.
If you watch it, bro. Okay. No offense, Lady Gaga, but you gotta watch The Jinx first. It's 6 episodes. It's a long thing, but
Okay.
it's so incredibly worth it.
Okay.
It's
check it
it's
out.
about this. You just have to. I'm not even gonna tell you what it's about. Just watch it. I beg
I thought
you.
of I will, but I thought of a better one.
No, I'm pissed. Okay, go ahead.
It's a Vice documentary. It's only 30 minutes long, and it's about, I think I mentioned this before, it's about a serial killer, not a serial killer, it's about a cannibal who's still alive in Japan and free.
Wait, what? I've watched a lot of the Vice documentaries. Never seen this.
Yeah, it is literally called Interview with a Cannibal, something like that. It's a play on Interview with a Vampire.
Go watch
And
it.
it's literally he was abroad at a school, ends up killing this girl, eats her, and then just the way that the jurisdictions worked out, when he got released from like the prison in France, Japan was like, we don't want to deal with it, and they just let his dad release him.
sick, Japan.
Yeah. And so he's like just
Dude.
alive.
How
Living there.
So wait, he
and
just
it ended really messed up. He said that he gets like a sexual rush out of it.
Oh my.
And then literally the documentary ends with, and he was like talking about how he's been able to like stave off the urges over the years, but because he's like getting older, like that stuff's not working as well anymore, and he's getting the urge to like eat people again, I guess. But I'm assuming they keep a pretty close eye on him at this point. But yeah, he's just like,
Well, yeah. I mean, what kind of balls you got to do to have a documentary about you doing that? Like, what the fuck?
because he's just like, he likes the attention. He sells books with like pictures and stuff in it, and like he sells artwork based on the stuff that he did, and like himself as like a monster kind of.
Do you think
And,
he
like,
really
he gets
does
off
it
on
then?
it.
Why is he so into sharing that?
Because he did it, and he got arrested. It's just that France was like, we aren't if Japan
Oh,
extradited
he
him. and
hella
then-
loved that then. He was like, oh, look, I got away with it too.
Yeah, like if you listen to him talk, like it's kind of weird, and it's just like I think it's just called Interview with the Cannibal, and it's like it's 30 minutes long. Some of it gets kind of graphic, but it's like the very, very interesting. Kind of like we were talking about that the end of the effing world, and the kids just kind of like just hit it. Basically it's in the trailer where he talks about wanting to kill somebody. It's kind of like that,
Yeah. Oh, weird.
but except he wants to he wants to eat people, and he goes into like talks about how he picked her and like what led up to it and like what he did.
The
and
fuck, dude?
how he
I
got
don't trust
caught.
nobody now. What if they want to like fucking eat me? What do you think people taste like? I heard they taste kind of like pig.
That's what I've heard.
Really?
That's why I've heard that it's kind of like pork and yeah.
Big old
I don't
piece
know.
of bacon with your eggs. This is gross. This is too far. This is too
Yeah,
far.
but yeah, I think that's what it's called. It's a Vice documentary interview.
They
with
do
a
great documentaries.
cannibal. Yeah, that's what it's called.
All right, you heard it here first. Power down, listeners. Watch The Jinx on HBO, and watch Interview with a Cannibal on Vice. I'm sure it's on their
Yeah.
YouTube.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
dude. Actually, some of
Yeah.
the most lit documentaries are on YouTube.
Yeah, that's what happened. Yeah, basically he was in a psychiatric hospital, and then
How did they let him out of there?
Because his dad basically just checked him out.
Wow, sick, Dad. Thanks.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. It's like cross
The
jurisdiction.
dad better
It's
go to the
like,
jail next time someone
His
dies
dad's
from
probably
him.
his dad's dead at this point. This guy's like 86 years old now or something. Like he's
Wait,
older, yeah.
what?
This was like literally, just watch it. Look up Issei Sagawa.
No, I'm not looking that up.
Yeah, but either way, it's he was arrested in 1981.
Oh shit! I thought it would be like some 30-year-old guy. Like, yeah.
No, this is like he's 68. Sorry, I got that backwards. He's 68. Either way, he's still old.
That is
He's still really old.
pretty old.
Yeah, so it was like, yeah.
That's insane. By the way, before we go, did you see that Ellen DeGeneres is 60 years old?
No, what?
Yes. I had no idea. She looks
Damn,
so
Ellen, you're
young.
looking good.
She's eating
Ellen
good.
doing good.
Damn. She's been living her best life, bro.
Living her best
I
life.
would love to be friends with Ellen DeGeneres. She seems like a cool girl.
She seems like it. But
You
again,
never
we
know.
don't really know.
Don't kill your heroes.
Don't kill your heroes.
If you meet Ellen DeGeneres, what if I met Ellen DeGeneres and like she was a total shithead? I'd be so sad.
I've heard that there's different people that are shitheads that you're like, oh, that's disappointing.
Oh, for sure. Same. Like those Reddit threads where they're like, which celebrity have you met that you had a
Yeah.
bad interaction with? But at the same time, like, I don't know, if you're a celebrity and like you're just not in the fucking mood that day, you never know. Like I'm in
Yeah, I know
bad
it
moods where I
happens.
don't even want to talk to the delivery driver who delivers my food. So like if
Agreed.
I'm a celebrity and someone's all coming up to me all hype and I'm just not in the mood for it, I'm gonna just be like, listen, man,
Yeah.
you gotta go.
Agreed.
Peace
Agreed.
out. Have a
But
good
yeah.
life.
Have a good life.
Have a good life. All right.
Yeah.
Well, do you think we actually been going like an hour 25? That's a good cut time,
Losing my voice, so I think we're,
right? We're at a
Yeah.
good cut time then.
we're at a good time.
It's a solid episode.
I think so.
I had a good time. I hope you guys had a great time listening as well. I know I'm the worst, bro. I know I've been saying this, but today or tomorrow, maybe the next day, next week, next month, I'm gonna look really far into putting us up on iTunes.
Ask Hitch.
Yes, I have to find out like where he's putting his audio to get it on iTunes.
Mhm.
I want to put the whole catalog up there, so that way you guys can just subscribe. Also, I heard, I don't know if it's cost money to put it on Spotify, but I'd be interested in doing that too, so that like Android
Yeah.
people can easily listen and subscribe.
I think it's harder to get it on Spotify than it is a lot of other things.
Well, never
I think
mind.
Spotify is the hardest.
Take it all back.
Take it all back.
Take it all back. Everything I just said, delete that. Men in Black. But yeah, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much for listening. If you listened all the way till the end, you're the real MVP. Please comment that Ross is the best Friends character. Or don't. Whatever you feel like. And yeah, have a great rest of your day. I feel like there's something else I had to say, but I don't remember. Anything else to add, Jedi?
Poot's the way.
Poot is the way.
Poot is the way.
Poot is the real MVP. All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening. Good talk. We'll see you out there. Have a great life. Bye.
Bam.
Now I'm gonna. Oh, shit. Nailed it.